What's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about one of my favorite players in the NBA, one of the best players to watch in the NBA, especially if you're, hoops guy, if you really love watching basketball. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving, man. Now, this one, I'm going to be careful about what I say because this really has something to do with basketball, obviously. We're talking about Kyrie Irving and the Mavericks, but this also has to do with, just the old. All right, so peep game, right? Kyrie Irving has been one of the most, and I use this in quotation marks. Kyrie Irving's been one of the most controversial players in the NBA. And now that Kyrie Irving's balling, his team's in the conference championship, most likely going to go to the finals. As you guys see this video, Game 6 is tonight. We'll see what happens there. But most likely going to the NBA Finals. I believe the Dallas Mavs were ended in 6. But people are like, Kyrie Irving, he's averaging 40 points. He's averaging 25, 28 points, this, that, and third. He's amazing. He's a hooper, this, that, and third. And I'm like, have people been living under a rock? This is Kyrie Irving we're talking about. Kyrie Irving's one of the best skilled players in the NBA. Have you seen a guy who's 6'2" that can post up, that can dunk, that can shoot, handles like Iverson, probably even better than Iverson? I know Kyrie doesn't play that good as defense. Floaters, can drive, can pass, can facilitate. Kyrie Irving is one of the best skilled players in the NBA. He doesn't have to carry the ball like a Ja Morant or like a Giannis or like an SGA, who's one of my favorite players, and so is Ja. But let's be for real, they carry the ball. They carry the ball. But he's actually skilled. And you have people on here criticizing, you have people out here praising Kyrie. You guys owe Kyrie an apology. Wasn't this it is crazy how the perception has changed on Kyrie. Now that, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So, TNT, and once again, unfortunately, TNT is gone. You know what I'm saying? After 2025, they're going to have they're finishing out the rest of this year, played out next year, and then they're going, unfortunately. But TNT had an interesting interview that I saw today. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the end. I usually watch the end of TNT because usually that's when I'm usually home chilling. So I didn't see this part. But Kenny Smith brought up the fact that, it's crazy how people have changed up on Kyrie. People wanted Kyrie to retire. And even I remember, there was a video that I saw on Instagram where it was talking about players that aren't going to be around in the next 10 years. And that Curry with sad emojis, LeBron with sad emojis, Kevin Durant with sad emojis, Giannis and CP3. No, not CP3. Giannis with sad emojis. And it had Kyrie with happy crying emojis. So I've seen it with my own eyes. And these bozos just a year ago, just about a year, literally a year, no, 2 years ago. But Kyrie, he posted the thing on Twitter. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say it on here. You know what I'm saying? But he posted a thing on Twitter talking about, a certain group. And people hated him. Now, granted, you can hate Kyrie off the court. That's fine. That's cool. But I'm sitting here thinking, first of all, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, in my personal opinion. That's number one. But number two, what does that have to do with Kyrie on the court? You have people sitting here saying, we want Kyrie suspended. We want Kyrie to retire. We want Kyrie banned. Take away his money. Why? For what? We're not going to see another Kyrie Irving for another 10 years. You guys do realize Pistons Isaiah Thomas, had amazing handles. Then it took 10 years and Allen Iverson came in. Then it took essentially another 10 years for a Kyrie Irving in 2012 or 2011, whichever draft he came out of, to come in. So essentially, we're not going to see another Kyrie for another 8 to 10 years. A guy who's just purely skill. And people want to sit here and bash him like these clowns on it. Yeah, they're clowns. Shaq, Barkley, all these guys were clowns on this topic, trying to shame the man during his whole Brooklyn Nets days about, what he was doing. And also, let's not bring up the fact that you had idiots. Let me put these clowns up here too. Well, let me put this clown up here too. Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock's punching bag. You had Stephen A. Smith criticizing Kyrie Irving during the whole you-know-what phase. Everybody's, the reason why we were wearing masks phase, saying Kyrie Irving needs to do, he basically needs to, capitulate and, go forward putting a certain thing in his body. I'm really trying to be careful about what I say. Your boy got to get some money off this video, you feel me? But he criticized him. Who else criticized him? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Michael Wilbon, him too, criticized him. The Brooklyn Nets owner criticized him. The governor of this idiot state that I live in New York criticized him. For what? Because he didn't want to get a certain thing in his body? No, did he? He didn't want to inject a certain thing in his body. And now everybody loves Kyrie now, mainly because, and I'm once again, I don't care what Kyrie does off the court. I don't care. I'm not an idol worshiper. I'm a man of the Most High. I worship the Most High. Everything and everyone else is dissing 2 or 3, including myself. But now everybody loves Kyrie all of a sudden. Kyrie's been the same player. He's literally been, now granted, I think he's been, this playoffs, he hasn't been the best. I mean, he still had his 40 points, 30 points, whatever. He went off against the Clippers. I remember that. And he didn't really have the best game, game 4 against Minnesota. But Kyrie's still Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have seen some, I don't want to say diminishing, but Kyrie, these games where he had 16 points and 18 points, Kyrie, I know you're 33, so I know you're getting up there. I know that speed and stuff is not going to last long. But at the same time, like, bro, where did this love come from for Kyrie? Where was this a year ago? Where was it? Like, I'm trying to figure out. You didn't like what he posted on Twitter? You didn't like him not taking a certain medicine? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Kyrie is owed an apology to the NBA, especially to the TNT, to Stephen A. Smith. He's owed an apology to them. He's owed an apology to all you NBA fans. Because I remember people were criticizing Kyrie. And once again, you don't have to agree with Kyrie off the court. You don't. But you're going to sit here and say, oh, I can't wait for him to retire. Oh, he should be suspended. He should be this, that, and third. For what? What benefit do you, as a basketball fan, as someone who likes basketball, as a hooper, why would you want to see one of the best hoopers sit out or retire? Just pure skill-wise. How are you not entertained by what Kyrie does? What Kyrie does? He is owed an apology. He's owed an apology by the media. He's owed an apology by the NBA. He's owed an apology to some of you NBA fans. Some of y'all just, y'all were clowns. Y'all criticized him for the medicine thing. Y'all criticized him for the whole tweet thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, blame him for the whole Brooklyn Nets thing going on. But at the same time, it's like, bro, come on. What Kyrie's a big reason why the Mavericks are where they are. Kyrie's a real big reason why the Mavericks are where they are. His clutch gene, no one can guard him. You had Ant talking about he's going to lock down Kyrie. Now, granted, he did it in Game 4. I will say that. Game 4, I mean, Kyrie did have 16. But at the same time, he didn't look, he didn't look the same. But game 1 through 3, Kyrie averaging 30 points. 30 points. Give Kyrie an apology. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kyrie, man. It's going to be unfortunate, I mean, listen, I hope Kyrie plays another 10 years. But, Kyrie, I'll say Kyrie, I'll give him another 2-3 years. 2-3 years at this level, you know what I'm saying, before, he hits that wall, you know what I'm saying, the speed and stuff like that, goes out and stuff like that. But, listen, for all the real hoopers, all the real NBA fans, appreciate Kyrie because we're not going to see it for another 10 years. Like I said, Isaiah Thomas to Allen Iverson to Kyrie, that's a 10-year stretch, at most 8-year stretch. It is what it is, man. That's my thoughts. What are yours? And who do you guys have winning tonight, Game 5 in Minnesota? RJ out.